Okay, ladies, first and foremost, I hope you can hear me. I'm still feeling a lot of this out. I haven't made any videos yet, so this is the first time going through. I'm expecting to probably have to post this on YouTube. I think it's going to be too long, but because we're working out at home now, the nature of our workouts is going to change completely. Partially because we have a lot less equipment that we're going to use, but we're going to be working for duration rather than repetition. So instead of giving you 3 or 4 rounds of set reps for your exercises, 10 of these, 15 of these, 20 of these, we're going to be doing 60 seconds of these, 60 seconds of these, 60 seconds of these, 60 seconds of these. But we're going to start with just a little warm up, just kind of getting everything set. So we're going to start with our arms out and our palms down, just doing 20 little circles forward. Once we get 20 forward, I think it's 10. There's 20, we go backwards. Now, I want to keep a nice big chest as I roll forward, or as I roll backwards. I don't want to let my chest and head slouch. Keep the backs of those shoulders. I don't know how many that was. That was probably close to 20. And then we're going to do 10, just cross over, bear hugs. Just kind of loosening that all up. 9. All right. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do a little bit with the lower body today, but mainly just the hips. So all we're going to be practicing is getting into that deadlift position. We don't need to wait for this. We're basically just going to hip hinge, put the hands on the shins, back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One should start to feel it in the glutes pretty soon. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. So, the big thing that we're focusing on with this is very smooth, very controlled movements. So, I'm going to go through each of our exercises. We're going to do one on the right leg, one on the left leg, one with both legs, one with both arms, and then just kind of moving. So, first thing we're going to do is a knee tuck and a kick back. So, I would watch all of the exercises, and then I'll go through one round with you. I want you to do this 3 times. So, just need something about hip high that I can put my body weight into. I don't need to be so exaggerated I worry about pushing it over. I just need it to be able to hold my weight a little bit. There are 2 things, well, there's one thing to focus on as far as making this more challenging, and that's your feet. So the easiest way to do this is going to be to keep your heels flat, and I'm fine with that. You want to make it a little more challenging, kind of stay up on your tippy toes. But we're starting with the right leg. So bed, dresser, back of the couch, back of the chair, whatever you're using here. All I want to do is pick this foot up, and now it's not going back to the floor. Bringing that up. Get that knee about above the belly button, and then kick back a little bit. I don't need it to be an exaggerated one. I just really want to get my knee behind my glute. And then back up, back, up, back, up, back. So going to switch sides so you can kind of see it a little better. When I'm coming up, I'm just really focusing on my abdominals. And I kind of hold it for about half a second. Back here, get that behind my body, get that feeling in my glute. Hold it about half a second. Up, back, up, back, up, back. So, these next few weeks, hopefully just a couple weeks, are gonna be a lot more about training your brain rather than just your muscles and how fast you can go and everything we're kind of used to with the way we train. We try to cram as much into 30 minutes as we can. We don't have to do that now. So I want you to really take your time. That doesn't mean go slow, and that doesn't mean stop. Your goal is to not stop. Your goal is to maintain a very, very consistent tempo, pacing with the movements that we're doing. So we're doing 60 seconds with the right leg, 60 seconds with the left leg. And then we're gonna go into a squat. Now this is what we call a pulse squat. And again, what we're doing here is we're working for a full 60 seconds. So rather than doing 15 squats, we are gonna go down into our squat. And once I'm here, I'm not standing up fully again for 60 more seconds. So I'm up almost entirely, and then I'm back down. Up almost entirely, back down. So that when I'm working that nice smooth range of motion, down, up, 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 up. So I'm really keeping that tension on my legs, and just like we always practice, I'm pushing my knees out, I'm keeping my feet out. The goal here is going to be to get out, or the distraction here is going to be to get out of position. So I challenge you, if you got to pause, but don't move your feet. Don't shake your legs out, none of that. So if I'm going through and my legs are just burning and they're on fire, I'll stand up, but I'm not moving my feet. And then I'm right back into it as quick as I can. I don't want to move around and shake my feet out. It's just going to take longer to get back into it. Remember, 60 seconds. That's going to be a long time to work, but it's not going to be a lot of time to get everything in. So now we're shifting to the upper body. So our right leg, our left leg, and both legs. So we've got 5 letters that we're focusing on here. I, Y, T, W, N. Those are our 5 letters. Keeping a big chest, arms ready like you're gonna do a couple karate chops. And again, I'm standing nice and tall. I'm not leaning back, I'm not pushing my ribs out. I'm just standing nice and tall, big chest. Arms up. This is my I. This is my Y. This is my T. This is my W. This is my N. Now, with that M, you can see me kind of trying to fix my shoulders. The main thing is trying to rotate through a lot more. So if I come here and my shoulders won't rotate and I end up rolling forward like this, that's no good. Don't go that far. Go as far as you can rotate without your shoulder driving up into your neck and into your ear. So, now each of these we're going to hold for 30 seconds, but you only stop once. You stop after N, and that's going to be the toughest one. So, I for 30 seconds, Y for 30 seconds, T for 30 seconds, W for 30 seconds, M for 30 seconds. You remember we warmed up the lower body a little bit. So our goal here is going to actually be to sit into this. I for 30 seconds, Y for 30 seconds, T for 30 seconds, W, and M. So we want to sit into those hamstrings just like when we're putting our hands on our shins for the deadlift. The harder that becomes, stand up more. So if we get through the 30 seconds on the I, we get about 10 seconds into the T, and it's getting awful tough. Stand up a little bit. Then we go to the T, then the W, getting tough again. Stand up a little bit. Don't let this posture falter. I know it's tough, but that's what we're going for. This is going to be very different than you're used to. So just keep that in mind. Bear that in mind. This is going to feel very different than the hot burn that you're used to feeling. It's going to feel like your muscles are trying to cramp up. It's going to be a very different type of discomfort. So just be aware of that. Be ready for that. And don't let it psych you out. Just stand up as you need to take that tension off of those muscles. But don't come out of it. Really, really fight for it. And then our last thing for 60 seconds, we're just going to pretend to jump rope. So I got my imaginary jump rope handles. I really don't even need my feet to come off the floor. I'm just kind of bouncing. Just letting some of that elasticity come back into my muscles, because holding still for that long really does make it tough. So 60 seconds of just kind of bouncing around, getting those muscles pliable again. And then try to keep your rest between rounds. Again, I want you to try to go through this 3 times. Try to keep that under 2 minutes, long enough to get a drink, to catch your breath, and then to get right back into it. Pay attention on whatever the time right here is, and you can use this video as a timer. I'm going to go through one full round. 60 seconds on the right leg, 60 on the left leg, 60 on the pulse squats, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, and then 60 on the jump rope. So I've got my timer going back here. I'm going to start in 30 seconds. And again, just be aware of how we have to change our workouts up. Most of the workouts I'm going to send you are going to be more of this nature, a lot more body weight, a lot more for time, rather than the sets and reps. All right, starting 60 seconds with the right leg. So now that it's up, it's not going back down. And again, I really got to use my brain here. I got to be making sure that my body isn't just defaulting to the easy muscles that it wants to work. The goal is not to go fast. The goal is to consistently turn on those same muscle groups. And this is tough on my shoulders too. This is tough on my upper body. Holding my weight here. This doesn't need to be a big range of motion. You can see I'm already not bringing my leg up as high as I need to. Gotta be attentive. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I switch. Part of the difficulty on some of these is going to be transitioning exercises. I'm going to try to minimize that as much as I can so that you don't have a bunch of stations or a bunch of stuff to pick up. Again, I'm not going fast, but man, oh man, I am feeling it. And see right there, I'm not bringing this up as much as I need to. I've got to pay attention. Use those abdominals. Use those glutes. Okay. Now we squat. And I'm not looking for perfect. Work what you can, as best you can, as quick as you can. Control your breathing. Those muscles are going to burn. Don't move. Don't move. I want you to try to get back into it in under 5 seconds. Keep those knees out. Keep pushing out. What's next? Oh man. Okay, 5 more seconds. We got it. We got it. Okay, 30 seconds. I want to keep my arms in line with my ears. If I see my arms, my position is no good. And why? Keep squeezing those shoulder blades together. Keep your chest up. Stand up as you get fatigued. T. Keep those arms back. I don't know if you can see it, I'm shaking an awful lot. Five more seconds. W. Now you got to keep those hands back. Don't let those hands drop forward. I'm breaking my own rules. Stand up as you need to. It doesn't make it much easier. And M. Shaking a lot. $15 more seconds. Okay. And now we jump. Just lightly jump for 60 seconds. This is our recovery. This is our rest. Again, you can just kind of bounce on your heels if you really want to. Just let those arms, let all those muscles go loosey-goosey. You don't even need to come off the floor. $30 more seconds. Just let those muscles relax. Let that blood flow get everywhere. So remember, your modification for those is to just stand up. Those are going to be tough, but those are also going to be one of our staples for the next few weeks. I, Y, T, W, and M. Those are the biggies. So remember that time? You can just go through there, use that as your timer. I don't believe there's anything else. Remember, during this time, when you're not able to be as active as you ordinarily would be, carbs really, really, really need to be restricted. So a lot of protein, a lot of fat right now. Really, really try to minimize the carbs. Let me know if you have any questions. Stay healthy. We'll see how this goes and if we need to make any modifications from here. But I will plan to hear from you soon.